Hello everybody, welcome back to another One Piece chapter review and discussion. Today we'll be talking about chapter 1090, but before I get into that I quickly like to address some things. First of all, why has it taken me until Friday to upload a video that should have been released on Tuesday? And that's because I'm very busy as of the moment. I am getting ready for college, and I'm also making an extremely large video on a game called Ni no Kuni. I don't know when that'll be out, hopefully soon, but I'm not sure. It's going to be a very long video, so let's hope I can get that out. But with that all said and done, let's get into the actual chapter itself, or should I say the chapter cover, which is a reader request for Kuro reading around a bunch of cats also wearing glasses that kind of look like him. And sorry if you don't remember Kuro, he's the villain from Syrup Village arc. So, quite a while ago now. But onto the actual chapter itself, we see Luffy speaking to the Five Elders, the Marines, and Big News Morgans, who just so happen to be listening in, that he has York and Vegapunk, and he will kill them if they're not careful. But he's not actually going to kill Vegapunk, although he might kill York. Probably not, but he might. He's not killed anyone in the series yet, but York might be a first. So, just maybe. And Luffy also makes a bit of a mistake. He kind of gives them a bit too much information by saying a few of them are injured. Probably not a good idea from him, but hey-ho. York also threatens that if anything were to happen to her, that the whole island would go up in cinders, just like Ohara, which Nami doesn't take so kindly to, so smacks her over the head. Well deserved, honestly. However, even though they have York captured, they've still got Lucci in the room, who is a bit of a liability, and kind of suspicious at the moment, because he's just standing in the corner muttering to himself, and not even telling Kaku what he's doing. Just a bit suspicious on his part, but I'm sure it's no big issue, I'm sure. And we've also got, of course, Usopp talking to all the prisoners at the bottom of the Labo phase, who are having a great time at the moment. They're still in prison, but they've got meat and they've got drinks, so they're doing great. The only thing they aren't so happy about, though, is the fact that they're sat in the same room with Seraphims, who are, under containment, but they're still Seraphims. Although, maybe I'm overreacting a little. After all, the Seraphims can't do much, because they have a big glaring issue, and that's S-Snake, who can't actually fight the strongest person of the group they're fighting, because S-Snake is a clone of Boa Hancock, and Boa Hancock happens to be very much in love with Monkey D. Luffy. And seeing as S-Snake is a clone of Boa Hancock, she's not really able to do much. So after Luffy asked her, hey, can you turn all my friends back from, stone statues? That's all it took. And then they all got put in bubbles. Very easy. Thank you, S-Snake. Thank you. But even though S-Snake kind of saved the day, they're still surrounded by Marines with nowhere to go. So Nami takes a quick look at the log pose and decides where their next island is. Only one arrow is pointing, so the next island they're going to is the east, which just so happens to be Elbaf. It has been years, so many years since Usopp decided he wanted to go to Elbaf and Luffy decided they wanted to go to Elbaf, and it's finally happening. We saw Elbaf recently when Kid went there, and then instantly got bodied, but now we're going there again. So the plan is, have the Vega Force robot pick up the ship, fly a distance just above the ships, the marine ships, and then use the coup de burst to fly even further, about 1 kilometer further away from the Marines. They'll have completely escaped. It'll be great. So everybody starts leaving, getting ready to go in the robot, fly away, go to Elbaf. But things aren't going to go so easily, because everything we've just heard, so is Kizaru most likely, as Rob Lucci, who was muttering to himself earlier, was actually, and I don't know if this is the case, he could have done it another time, but Rob Lucci was probably leaking info to Kizaru when he was standing in a corner muttering. As Kizaru states, Rob Lucci's given him everything he needs to know. And the Marines are getting ready to fight, so it's safe to say the Straw Hats and Vegapunk and everyone, they won't be able to leave too easily. And then it happens. Kizaru enters the battle, zooming straight onto Egghead Island, managing to pass all of the pacifistas and the animal robots in the sea, and heading straight for Sentomaru. But problem is, he won't be able to take Sentomaru out easily, as Sentomaru refers to himself as having the world's greatest defense. Whether that's just his opinion or that's fact, If so, it would be very cool and would make a lot of sense for a character like Sentomaru. And also, Luffy knows Kizaru is there. And as you know, last time Kizaru and the Straw Hats were in the same place, it didn't really go so well. In fact, it ended very badly. But it was a really good moment, even though Kizaru absolutely kicked their ass. Although this time, I don't know how strong Kizaru is at the moment. He may be just as strong as he was back then. And if he is, then he doesn't stand a chance. Luffy is 100 times stronger than he was back then. And if they all fought, I reckon Luffy would beat Kizaru. And I understand Kizaru, and as an admiral, he is very powerful. But I just don't think he can beat Luffy at the moment. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to go down. But yeah, overall, this chapter was incredible. Paneling was pretty decent. You know, nothing terrible. And I am so hyped to see Kizaru versus Sentomaru and maybe the entire Straw Hats. Not to mention, they're going to bloody Elbaf. I've been waiting so long. I'm pretty sure I made a video about it ages ago about how the Straw Hats would be going to Elbaf. I think maybe like 2-3 years ago at this point. And it's finally happening. They're finally going to Elbaf. I am ecstatic. I am so excited to see how Elbaf goes down. But aside from that, that is the end of the video, the end of the chapter. It's all over. Everything's done. Everything is over. But no, that is the end of the video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and leave a comment down below. And of course, stay tuned for the Ni no Kuni video. I know it's going to be a long one, and I know that not everyone is going to enjoy it. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Even if you just watch the first few minutes of it, just see if you like it. That'd be great. Anyways, with that all said and done, goodbye.